Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidina Muhammadin Ashrafil Mursalin wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Now, we are continuing with the 78th ayat, of Surat Yasin, yes. And we have Sister Vinita with us, Alhamdulillah. So we can begin with the wa. What can we call this wa, do you think?
So, maybe Atifa or Istinafia?
Yes, it is Atifa. It is Atifa. It's just that we have to figure out what is it ataf to, but later on. So this is what we al-waw, atifa, and as we said before, if we put al-waw, then we call it atifa, but if we use the word harfu, then it will be atfin, harfu atfin. Okay.
Yes.
Daraba, can you give me the sarf for this, please?
So daraba yadribu, daraba yadribu darban, fahuwa daribun.
Darban fahuwa darbun. Yes, hold on, let me do a shortcut for this. So this is the Daraba family. And I put here to argue, but in the context of the Quran, mostly Daraba is not used for argument. It's not used for argument. Now, if you know Ibn Faris is one of the scholars who studied linguistics, the Arabic words, basically, the language from the word point of view, and he says it has a meaning of also, adrib, adrab, these are the nouns that come with the fi'il. Yes, he says that it means to be alike or similar. That means to come up with an example, really, because it has the meaning of being molded into another form. It has a meaning of being molded into another form. So he says that it means to be alike or similar. So not just to argue. So I'm going to put this in because I thought it was interesting and why the Quran use it whenever they want to strike an example. That's what we see. So here we go. So this is the transliteration, but as usual, hold on, let me get it. Means to be alike or similar because one thing is molded into the other's form. So this is what Ibn Haris said. Now, in terms of I'rab, what is daraba?
So daraba is fi'l madi mabni ala al-fath.
Okay. Fi'l madi.
Fi'l madi mabni ala al-fath.
Mabniun. Okay.
And fa'il is dhamir mustatir.
Fa'il.
وفاعله ضمير مستتر جوازا.
wujuban. Not jawaban, wujuban.
Is it not jawazan, sister? Like huwa and hiya, are they not jawazan?
No, I'm just echoing what you said. Did you say wujuban or jawazan?
No, I said jawazan.
Oh, jawazan.
This is darba, right?
Yes, okay. Okay, jawazan. Subhanallah. Okay, jawazan.
Taqdiruhu huwa.
Taqdiruhu huwa. Yep. Now, wafa'il.
So
Lana.
lana is lam is harf jar,
Mm-hmm.
and na is zamir muttasil fi mahalli jar,
Mm-hmm. And the Jawa majrur is?
mutalik bil fi'l daraba.
Yes. Okay. Alhamdulillah. Good. So lana is fi mahali jar, right? And yeah. What about masalan? Masalan.
So masalan will be maf'ul bihi mansub bil fatha,
Maf'ul bihi mansub
bil fatha.
bil fathah. Okay. And
Waw is
sorry. And this wow. Yes, wow.
waw is harf ataf.
Yes, this can be two actually. One is the ataf. Yeah.
Okay. Can it also be hal?
Yes, it can also be haliyah. Yeah. So sorry.
Haliya, yeah.
Sorry. There should be a stop. Atifa. Haliyah.
Yeah.
Okay. And Nasiya? What would Nasiya
So,
be?
so sister, if we take it as a hal, sorry, but if we take it as a atif,
Mm-hmm.
so then do we say that it is matuf on daraba?
Yes, we would say that. Yeah. So this would be
Yeah.
Atifa. And the Jumla, the Nasiya would be, we will write it for Nasiya. Yeah. This would be for
Yeah.
two meanings as well. So for the first meaning, this, oops, sorry. This would be Jumlah Ma'tuf. Yeah.
Yeah. Ala jumla matuf ala daraba.
Ma'tuf. Ala Daraba.
Yeah.
Because of the wow, right? And then
Yes.
the second one is
If it is second one, then we'll say that this will be then fi mahali nasab. Yeah.
yes.
Hal. It is hal.
And what's the sahibul hal?
Huwa inside it.
Huwa.
No, nasiya is nahnu. Yeah.
It's
Nahnu.
correct. It is huwa. It is the huwa inside it. You're right.
Yeah, nasiya because it's the root letters. Yeah, nun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huwa inside it will be the.
Yeah. So the jumla he can be fi mahali nasab hal min fa'il daraba, which
Yeah.
is your huwa. Yeah.
Huwa.
Alhamdulillah. Yes. Good. Excellent. Now, before we move on to halqahu, or maybe we just finish halqahu and then we talk about the sentence before. Yeah. Halqahu
Yeah.
here would be.
So, sister, one question. This will it be the hal of daraba?
It is
Oh,
the
because
hal
it's
of the fa'il of daraba, yeah, which
Yes.
is huwa.
Yeah.
Which what?
Huwa.
Which,
Yeah, because
yeah.
because it is ataf, right?
Not that it is ataf. Once it's haliyah, it is haliyah. Yeah, it's not because
Yeah.
of ma'tuf. It's the doer, the condition of the person who did the setting the example. Okay.
Yeah.
He set the example, and what was the example? In what state did he set the example? In the fact that he forgot about he forgot he no, well, when we do the explanation of this jumla, then we will see the significance of this forgot. Okay. Nasiya first, it's also a sufferable word, which
Yes.
you know this would be sami'a family. So what would it be?
Samiya yasma'u. So nasiya yansa. Okay.
Yansa.
This is the case here. This is nakis, yeah.
Okay.
Nasiya
Yansa. Good.
yansa. Yeah,
Uh,
nasiya yansa.
okay, that means to forget. Yeah, so that's it. This jumla we are looking at, nasiya, is also a fi'l. Yeah, and
Yes,
how
yes.
would we write the fi'l
Yeah.
mudari?
So fail mudare.
Is it mudari or
Um,
madin?
sorry, fail madi.
Mhm.
This is mabni al fath, right?
Yeah.
Or muqaddara.
Not for the madin. Not for the madin. This is nasiya, right? Yeah. So it's madin. So it's not mabni ala afat. Yes, correct. And the fa'il.
It's again zamir yeah. Zamir mustatir.
So damir mustatir.
zamir mustatir jawazan fi mahalli rafa taqdiruhu huwa. No, not fi mahalli rafa. It's just zamir mustatir jawazan taqdiruhu huwa.
Okay. Alright. Khalqahu is our maf'ul.
Khalqahu is again maf'ul bihi mansub bil fatha. Mansub bil fatha. And who is zamir muttasil fi mahalli nasab. No, sorry. في محل جر مضاف إليه. في محل جر مضاف إليه.
والهاء. You know, what you said is correct about this being fi mahali rafa as well. So that, so you don't have to worry about that. Yeah. So yeah, al-ha wal-ha.
ضمير متصل في محل جر بالإضافة.
متصل
بالإضافة.
Okay. أو مضاف إليه بالإضافة. بالإضافة. Is that right? How do I spell that? This doesn't look right. Okay, here we go. Alright, so now let's go back here. We said that, yes, ضرب لنا مثلا, yes, is ma'tuf. Yeah,
Yes.
is ma'tuf. Because the waw is atifah. So this jumla is ma'tuf to what? Yeah, there are two choices actually. Two choices. This one we're talking about this waw. Yes, we're not talking about this waw. So this is different. So here we have two choices for the sentence. I'm going to share the I'rab, and then I want you to think. What do you think in terms of the meaning, right? How does the meaning change between these two? Okay.
Sure.
So we know the jumla is ma'tuf, but it can be ma'tuf to two things because the ayah before it, was two parts.
Yes.
Okay, there was two parts. We have this part, yes, about does man not see that we have created him? Yeah. And then we had another part with a fujaiyah, fa, yes, this fa,
Yes.
which we said was, where was the fa? Yeah. We said it was also atifa. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So it can also be atifa to the second sentence. Yeah. So
Yes.
now we're going to figure out whether there is a difference in meaning. Yeah. Does man not see that we have created him from a nutfa? And then, he now, we haven't done the translation yet. So now he's trying to say that, I have, he says, shall we do this part first, the example here? Just do that part of the translation. This one.
The first part, yeah.
It might help.
Okay, so وَضَرَبَ لَنَا مَثَلًا. So it is, so daraba is, like, mostly we say that
He set an example. Okay.
yes, and he set an example for us.
Okay, and who is this us?
For us, right?
But who is this us?
Mankind?
Oh, this is a royal us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So for us, as in
For us.
Allah Himself.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And he set an example for us, and obviously, if he can set an example for Allah, he has forgotten something, isn't it?
No. I mean, sister, is it not the setter of example is Allah, right? Allah has set an example for us. Isn't it that
it's not
way?
Allah who set an example. It's man.
Okay.
It's man who set an example. Okay?
Okay.
Because here we're going, does man not see that we have created him from al-nutfah? Yeah? And then this man set an example for us. Yeah, so Allah is saying, you know, who do you think you are? Yes, that you're setting an example for us. Okay, so that means he has forgotten, man has forgotten. وَنَسِيَ خَلْقَهُ. Yeah?
And he forgot. Or he,
Yeah, and
forgot how he's created, or his creation.
Yes, that's right. And forgetting. Yeah.
Forgetting his creation.
Yeah, forgetting his creation. He was just made from a sperm drop, right?
Yes.
So he's clearly forgotten this. Yes, but he actually dares set an example to Allah. So we have two ways of looking at it. One, it is connected to halaqnahu, meaning it's a long story. Yeah, it's a long story. He's saying that, does man not see that we have created him from a nutfah? Yeah, and now he has forgotten that, and he's telling us something. Yeah, he's telling us, he's setting this example, which we're going to see next. Yes, qala. This is what he said. Man said this. Yeah, so this is one. It is connected to the first part. Does he not see? But there is a second option where it says that it's ataf to the fujaiyah, the jumlah fujaiyah. Yeah. So now, so what's the difference here? Okay, what's the difference here? Yeah, so this is the second one.
Yeah.
So it's ataf ala jumlah fujaiyah, meaning we're looking at the second part. No, and suddenly he challenges us, and on top of that, yeah, he's telling us this qalaman yuhyil izama wa hiya ramim. Yeah, so let's look at the second part, and then I'll explain. Yeah, I'll explain, because we need to. There are two options: either the first, a continuation of this, does man not see? Yeah, this, and yet he sets an example, one, and the other one is a more abrupt kind of ataf, because we're looking at the suddenly. Yeah, so not only did he suddenly challenge us, yeah, he went on to say that how can it be, because of this yuhyil izama wa hiya ramim. Yeah, so we will have a look what this is. Qala, we know the sarf of this. We've been doing this so often. We can do this in our sleep. So I'm going to just do it here, for you. All right.
Yeah.
There's one type of qaf ya lam, which also has qala, yeah, but with a ya in the middle, and that is actually to take a short nap. Yeah, just take a short nap.
Short nap, yes.
Yes, take a short nap. Yeah. So now qala itself is of course has an i'rab. I'm sure you can give it to me quickly. What's the i'rab of qala?
Qala is fi'l madi, again mabni ala al-fath, and again it is zamir mustatir, bimali rafa jawazan, taqdirahu huwa, same thing.
Yep. So no change there. Yeah, just the root letters. That's all.
And then we say the jumla ba'daha fi mahalli nasb, maf'ul bihi maf'ulun qawl. Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. Can we say that one here after we finished? Yeah.
Okay.
So man is what here?
Man is it her, this istifham sister?
Yes.
It's a question.
Yes. Okay. Now the others have been keeping very quiet. So, Brother Hazim, you're going to have a turn here. Is it Brother Hazim? I am not sure.
Yes, Brother Hazim.
Yes. So now Sister Vinita has done man, yeah, which is basically the half istifham, yeah. So now
ism, right? Ism istifham.
Yeah, it is an isim. Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Isim istifham because it has the i'rab. Yeah. So
then we'll call it muqtada, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And what is it? Is it mabni?
Mabni ala sukun.
مبتدأ في محل رفع. Yeah, مبتدأ. Oh, sorry. Okay, Alhamdulillah. Okay, yeah, Brother Hazim, can you do the sarf for this? What are the root letters?
Root letter will be ha, ya, and ya.
Yeah. Okay. And what family are we looking at?
This is family 4.
Family 4. So if it's family 4, what's the rest of it?
Ahya yuhyi ihya'an wa huwa muhyin.
Alhamdulillah, good. And sarf? Sorry, the i'rab, sorry.
Fi'il mudhari'.
Fi'il mudhari'.
Marfu'.
Marfu'.
Marfu' bi yuhyi. Marfu' bi.
It is muqaddarah, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Marfu' bi bidhammah al-muqaddarah.
Oh, did I spell it right? Bidhammah muqaddarah. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of this later on when we review our i'rab, yes, and there'll be things that you can add here later, yeah, inshallah. Okay, what about izama? What is izama, Brother Hazim? If this is fi'il with the fa'il,
this is
have we said the fa'il yet? Is there an outside doer?
Yeah. The outside doer for wal fa'il damir mustatir
It is mustatir, yeah, so it's not an outside doer. It's also
huwa.
yeah. Okay, so that makes izama your
Maf'ul bihi.
maf'ul bihi, and the status is
Mansub bil fathah.
mansub bil fathah. Okay. Sister Nada, is your white working? Is your mic working? Your white.
Yes, Ustad, it is, but I'm busy a little bit.
Oh, okay, you're still
I'm
busy.
also on the task that I need to be listener today.
All right. So what?
Jazakallah khair.
Alhamdulillah. Just listen. Then yeah. So carry on, Brother Hazim. Wahiya Ramim up to the end.
Wahiya ramim. Wow.
This is a Jumla Ismiyah, so highly likely this is.
Jumlah ismiyah. Haliyah.
Yes, though. This is Haliyah. Excellent. Wow. Whenever you have a Jumla Ismiyah, it's normally a Haliyah. Yeah, wow. Haliyah. Okay. So this is your this is what here.
This will be mubtada.
Okay, what is it first?
Dhamir munfasil fi mahalli rafa' mubtada.
Okay. So fi mahalli rafa' mubtada. Oops, sorry. And what about Rami Mun?
Ramimun khabar marfu'
Harba mafu.
bidam.
Bedum. Okay, so we have two jumlas that we need to account for. The first one, remember we said after this, man yuhyi izama. Yes. So the jumlah that we have seen is fi mahali nasab. What do we call it, Sister Vinita? Fi mahali nasab. You said it just now.
Mafulun bihi mafulun qal.
Maqulun. Yeah,
Yes.
maqulun qal. Yes. All right. And this one, Brother Hazim, the sentence, this sentence, what do we call it? Since it's after Haliyah. Hiya Ramin, what's the sentence? What do we call this sentence? Your mic is muted, Brother Hazim.
Oh, pardon sister?
Hiya Ramim, what type of jumlah is this? Since it follows Haliyah.
Jumlah haliyah
Yeah, so this would be fi mahali.
fi mahalli nasab.
Fi mahali nasab. Yeah, so mawadi means in the place of nasab ala al-hal. Yeah, this is just another term that you should know. Yeah, what it means is in the place of nasab ala al-hal, because it is hal. Okay, alhamdulillah. So now going back to this, we said there were two ways. It could be ma'tuf. It could be ma'tuf to the first part of 77 here. Does man not see? Or it can be ma'tuf to the second part, then all of a sudden. Yeah, then all of a sudden. So I put in this table because we have quite a bit to cover. I put it in a table already for you so that you can tell the difference in terms of the tafsir of it. Yeah. So when it is following the fujaiyah, when it's fujaiyah, it's like two actions happening suddenly. Okay, it's two actions happening suddenly and shockingly. Whereas in the second one, it's just a continuous flow. Yes, does man not think about how he was created and so on and so forth? Yeah. So the tone is different. One is more abrupt, more dramatic. The other one is more logical. It just flows. No, in amazement. As this is a nice word, reproach. Yeah. So in Arabic we call it the term is inkar and ta'ajub. In amazement, inkar. It's like you reproach someone. Yeah. So this is a good explanation. And the rhetorical effect, the balagha effect, this is a surprise at his behavior change. And then here, because he didn't even think, he just said, he said, we become dust. How can we ever be, made whole again? Yeah. So he has that sort of doubt kind of thing. So how do we finish the translation? Yeah, Sister Sister Vinita, how will we finish this translation?
So so this would be and he set an example for us, and forgetting his creation. So this one is done. He said, yeah. So we start another one, right, sister? He said, he said, who will give life? Izama is the bones, right? Bones. Who will give life to bones while they are like decayed or like decomposed? Yeah, Ramim is decomposed. Yes, sister.
Yeah.
He said, who will give life?
So he said, or here we said forgetting his creation. So when we have the tone of like continuous, right? So we're saying, yeah. Although it's madin, it's like a saying.
Saying, who will give life to bones, to the bones.
Okay, to what type of bones?
Decayed, decomposed.
Okay, to bones.
Yeah.
To bones.
I think decomposed. Yeah. The bones that are while yeah, because it's halia. While they are.
Well, they have decayed. Yeah, we can see like that.
Yeah.
Because it's a masdar there. Ramiman. Okay, alhamdulillah. All right. So I hope you can appreciate the difference between the two. Yeah. Yeah, because it's a very subtle difference, and this is the beauty of the Quran. Yeah, how we want to look at it depends on how we want to make tafsir and understanding of it. Alhamdulillah. Okay, so now I did mention that we were going to look at this muqaddarah thing. Yeah, why we're doing this? We are going to do a review of what we did about almost a year ago, I think more than a year ago. And inshallah, it will help us remember some things that we may have forgotten and some things that we may not be aware of. Yeah. So inshallah, as I said, if we get cut off, please just come back in again. Okay. Right. We saw before that when we did Irab, we'd have to identify the word, yes, whether it's a fi'il, isim of harf, which we have been doing for the past a year or so. And then we have to state the I'rab. Yes, in this case, if it is mu'rab, if it is mabni, then it's a different story. Yeah, if it is mu'rab, then we can say whether it is mansub, marfu, majrur, or in the case of fi'ils, majzum. Yeah. So then we have to say the sign, and we will look at the next slide. What are the signs? And then only say, okay, what is it? Is it a maf'ul? Is it a mutada? Is it a habar? Based on its status, because we know certain words have certain status. Yeah, like fa'il, we know it will be rafa. we know that maf'ul will be nasab. Yeah, so, and things that follow half of jar, of things that are mudaf alay, will always be jar. So these are the things that will give us a clue as to how that word is functioning in the sentence. Then we looked at the different types of alamah. The standard alamah for rafa is dhamma, nasab is fatha, jar is kasra, jazm is sukun. No? So this is your standard alamah for the endings. Yeah, when we talk about alamah, we're looking at the endings of the word, and here we can apply both fi'il and isim. We're still talking about fi'il and isim. Yeah, and then we have something called far'iyah. Far'iyah meaning alamats that are not the standard ones. Yeah, they deviate from the standard ones, like wow, like alif, like noon, like ya. Yeah, remember when we come to some words, the presence of noon will dictate that it is marfu. When we drop the noon, it's no longer marfu. Yeah, so wow and alif as well. Yeah, if you remember, ina, yeah, ani, whether it's dual or and so on and so forth. And then we have fatha. We said this is a case when we were looking at something called mano min al-sarf, which we will do next week. Yeah, not today, but next week. And al-kasrah as well. This is your atin. Yeah, these are your atins. So that's why it becomes far'iyah, although it looks like asli. Yeah, although it looks like asli, it's actually far'iyah. So look, we have to see the word and look at the context. Is there a question? No? Okay. So we saw our chart. We said there was ending sounds. Yeah, this is a term that is used very much in Bayyinah, and ending combination. Yeah, so this is mun, man, min. Sorry, there should be an alif here. And then here we have mani, maini, maini, when it's a combination. Yeah, and atin, atun, mina, mina. Yeah, so we are very familiar with this chart, inshallah. Then we went on to say that when we do a statement of i'rab, we have to describe the word first, yeah, whether it's isim, harf or fi'il, then its status, then the sign, and finally the function. Yeah, this is the normal flow. Sometimes it changes, but most of the time it's like this. So like the word muslimun or muslimatun, yeah, so here we have ismun marfu'un wa alamatu raf'ihi ad-damma zahiratu ala akhirihi. Yeah, meaning the damma is seen at its end. Yeah, it's seen at its end. So mun tun. Here this is for dual. Yeah, this is for dual, and the sign is an alif. Yeah, the sign is an alif when it is marfu. And when it is dual and it's not marfu, we will see on the next slide, it will be ya. Yeah, so these are the things that we know. Anybody have problems with this one? Is there any questions here? No? Okay.
No.
Okay, alhamdulillah. So here is I use the term niyabatan an because it means in the place of dhamma. Yeah, so it is marfu. Why in the place of dhamma? Dhamma is your asli. Yeah, this is your original, but now it has changed. Yeah, so here atun as well. Here we have a ta, but this ta is not the sign. Yeah, this ta is not the sign. It's still dhamma. This ta actually signifies that it is ta'nis. Yes, it is feminine. So this is for marfu, the case of marfu. Yeah, dhamma, alif, waw, and dhamma again. Sometimes they use the term bidalan minat dhamma, meaning in bidal, you know, it's badal, right? So it's a replacement of dhamma. So this is another way of saying it, but the more popular way is niyabatan an. Yeah, or sometimes they don't even say this, they just say wow. Yeah, and just explain why it's wow. When it is not the asli, you need to explain why it has deviated. Yeah, why it is far'iyah. So here we are saying because it's sound masculine plural, yeah, sound masculine plural. Note jam'u muzakkarin salimun. So this is an idafa. This is why this is mudaf is light. Muzakkarin, this is your mudaf ilay. Salimun, salimun, yeah, salimun is actually the sifah of jam'u. Yeah, it's the sifah of jam'u. We don't say it's the sifah of muzakkar. No, muzakkar is the mudaf ilay of jam'u. The one that carries the status is the mudaf, not the mudaf ilay. So that's why we say salimun. We follow this. So it's sound plural of masculine. That's how you would translate it. Yeah, the sound plural of masculine. Okay. Now, here is when it is mansub. Then the sign is different. It's fathah now, and ya, yeah, and ya again in the place of fathah. For the reasons, various reasons. In this case, it's musanna. In this case, it's masculine plural, and here it is feminine plural. Yeah. Okay. And majroor, kasrah, ya again. Ya, remember majroor and mansub has the same sign, and again we have the same reasoning. Yeah. So this I will share with you, of course, and you can always look over it if you're not sure. But I think most of you have this, like, you know this like the back of your hand by now. Alhamdulillah. Now, there's some things about the masdar that we need to take note, okay? Because sometimes we are not aware. We kind of vaguely remember, but we don't know why, yeah? So now, masdar, remember, in Bayyinah we learned it as an idea. It's a concept. So we talk about the action of eating, but we also call eating as a noun. No? So he likes to eat, and he is forever eating, eating is his favorite pastime. So the eating is his favorite pastime. That eating is no longer an action. That eating is a masdar. Yeah. So it's an idea, a concept. Because it's an idea or concept, most of the time there's no dual or plural for a masdar. Yeah, eating. What's the dual for that? Or what's the plural for that? No, it's eating. We don't have eatings. Yeah. So in Arabic it also follows the way, but of course there are exceptions. Yeah, because there's sometimes more than one idea of the same thing. Okay, so what do I mean by that? So like, for example, in fiqh, yeah, fiqh, when you learn about the jurisprudence of Islam, yeah, how do you do things, what are the rules and guidelines, yeah. So we have a chapter called buyu', which is the plural of bai'an, yeah. This is the masdar. So it's the masdar of ba'a and yabi'u, yeah. So this, then we have a plural, yeah, then we have a plural, because it means different types of selling or trading. Yeah, so then we have tradings or something in English, but actually in English we will not have that S. It will be just trading and selling, even though you have many types of trading. We don't say many tradings, yeah, many type of tradings. We don't say that, we just say many types of trading. We don't say many types of tradings. Yeah, but in Arabic it's allowed. Yeah, it's allowed. Then we also have to remember that this is an idea. It's not a person doing something. Yeah, so it's always a noun. So it's not an intelligent being. So we need to remember this. Because of this, we will not have una or ina. Yeah, we will not have una or ina endings for masdars. Okay, got that? For isim fa'il, isim maf'ul, yes, but not for masdars. Now, so if we have an isim fa'il Muslim chart, we know this is how it goes, kan? Muallimun, mualliman, ya, muallimin, ya, muallimani, muallimaini, yeah, this is how it will go. And of course we have the feminine version of this. Yes, we have the feminine version of this as well. So if we go to isim masdar, sorry, not isim masdar, to the masdar itself, yeah, isim masdar has a different meaning as well, yeah. This is under Sarf. You'll have to look at the recordings for Sarf in order to understand the difference between the two. How would this chart look like? Brother Hazim, how would this chart look like for the masdar? Can you remember?
Masdar, meaning the masdar is?
Yeah, meaning if I have mufrad, musanna, jam'a, yeah, plural, how would it this be? Will it be like this? Remember, I just said something on the previous slide. I said that. I said that there will not be any
dual or plural.
Dual or plural, and no ina or una either. Yeah. So, but dual and plural there can be. Yeah, they're not saying that you can't have. It's just that not all. Yeah, not all will have. So, so if this is isim fa'il, what is the masdar for mu'allimun? This is family 2. The masdar will be ain lam mim.
Family 2. Al-Allama, I mean.
Yeah, allama. So what's the masdar for allama?
Ta'liman.
Yes. So if it's ta'liman, so what would I expect here?
Ta'liman.
Yeah, ta'limun, ta'liman, ta'limin. Is it? Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So do we have a dual?
I'm not sure.
What do you know? We call it a partial Muslim chart. Can you remember how your partial Muslim chart sounds like? Because that would be for masdars.
Partial.
Anybody can help, Brother Hazim?
So it will only have like ending sounds, right, sister?
What do you think? Can you remember? Okay, I'll just put this on screen. Okay. So what then becomes of the chart for the masdar? Yes, we will have this. Okay, we will have this. Ta'limun, ta'liman, ta'limin. This is correct. We do have duals. Ta'limani, ta'limaini, ta'limaini, and we sometimes have feminine duals as well, depending on whether there is masdars. You only have the feminine form of dual if the masdar is feminine. Yeah, we don't make a masdar a feminine by adding a tamabuta or something like that. If the masdar itself is feminine, then we will have a dual that is feminine. Yeah. Then we have ta'limatun, ta'limatin. Yes, all of this. But we will not have una or ina. That's what we don't have. Yeah. Aini, yes. But ina, no. Ani, ina, we don't have. Yeah, because those are for fa'ils and maf'ul. Yeah. Those with intelligence. Yeah. Akil. All right.
So sister, so then you mentioned that it should not have dual and plural.
It does have dual and plural in some cases if the masdar comes in that form. Yeah. So it is allowed. Yeah. But generally, there won't be a dual or plural if there's no reason for it to have a dual or plural. Like we said, for buyu', because there are many types of trading, right? But for the word thinking or eating, you don't have duals for that, do you? Right? So pompous.
So broadly, we will. So sister, for mazhab broadly, we will have ending sounds like masculine and feminine. Yeah.
Yeah. But not the human kind, not the una ina kind.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So atun, atin, atin. This one you have to see from word to word as you go, yeah, and then we see how. But I'm trying to make a generalized thing so it can help you figure out why it cannot be this, yeah. Because if it's a Mazda, then there are certain limits to what it can change to. So here, I basically put a table here, Mazdas and verbs, yeah. Like I said, this is there's a qualifier, a disclaimer for this, yeah. Most of the time, this is okay. Sometimes there will be exception, but where I put never means never lah, yeah. So there's no una ina here for Mazdas, yes, because it is ghair akil, yeah, it's ghair akil. Okay. So here sometimes, yes, it does take the ka and ya. Yeah, this one for Mazda is more like, his idea, right? That's a way of having for possession, his idea of his. Then you will have it stuck to a Mazda. Yeah, otherwise, in this case and in this case. But it won't have, remember, we have a Muslim chart just for isims. But you also have charts when you talk about dual, right? And when you talk about plural for actions, verbs. Yeah? But that is expressed in a different way. Because we have things like hiya, yeah? We have things like hiya, huma, hunna, yeah? Antum, antuma, antunna, yeah? So these are doers. And the word is conjugated or changed according to who is doing it. Okay, so can you give me an example of an una ending with a verb? Can you give me an example of an una ending with a verb? Do you have an una ending with a verb?
Yatafakkaruna.
Yatafakkaruna. So the meaning would be?
They contemplate. They do contemplation. They do contemplate, yeah.
Okay, so it's only meant for mudari, yeah, remember? Your una endings is only meant for your mudari.
So
your madi will not have it, yeah.
Yeah. So this is ya beginning, ya is like alamate mudari, right? And una is a plural, yatafakkaruna. So yeah, it's correct, sister?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, because then it will be waw jama'ah. There is a group of people doing the thinking. Yeah, a group of people doing the thinking. Alhamdulillah. So it's different. It's different. Sometimes we get mixed up. Yeah, that's why sometimes when we do the Irab, Subutun goes with fi'il mudari, or Subutun goes with, isims. Sometimes you have to sit down and think a bit. Yeah, inshallah.
Yes.
Okay. Now it can be both dual and feminine. Yeah, only if the Mazda itself is feminine in gender. So the word itself must be feminine. We don't make it feminine. Yeah. So what do I mean by this? Okay, so the easiest way is to see an example. You're not combining the concept of dual and feminine separately. You're only using the feminine dual form if the Mazda itself is already feminine. Okay, so in Arabic, some nouns and Mazdas, because we have a Mazda is a special noun, okay, are grammatically feminine. Some are masculine, and a few can be used as either. Yeah, but not at the same time. Yeah, not at the same time. So usually, if it's a regular noun, we can have masculine and feminine. But for Mazda, it depends on the family it comes from. Yeah, and dual and plural, it will follow the gender of the singular form. Yeah, so meaning that if you have an item, if it is masculine when it's singular, then it's also masculine when it's dual and plural. With the exception of ghair akil, that is always singular feminine. Yeah. So these are some of the words that I meant. Yeah, this is inherently feminine. Shams is always feminine. Moon is always masculine. Yeah, actions like fasting is usually feminine. Taking wudu is also masculine. Yeah, so some things you can't change, some things you can change. So depending on who is doing it. Yeah. Alhamdulillah. Oh, this is just just showing that this one is different, yeah, because of what I explained before, inshallah. Now I've included this table for you. I thought it was quite useful. It was done by a gentleman called Bagad Malik, yeah, and he showed like a tabulated form of what the different families mean. Now again, with the exception of family 9, sometimes it's not applicable. Sometimes it's not applicable, but in general, yeah, in general, this is why they call it mashhur. It most of the time, yeah, most of the time, this is the meaning. Okay, so whatever the meaning is, when it is mujarrad, family 1, yeah, the regular meaning, yeah, when you make it into family 2, in this case, you have a shadda, yeah, usually you intensify the action, yeah. It can also be causative, and it can also be denominative. Okay, so what does all this mean? The next slide explains that. Okay, so what is reflexive? It explains here, yeah, meaning that the subject is doing the action to themselves. Yeah, so these are the different forms. Yeah, so when you istighfar, for example, yeah, you are making istighfar. You're making istighfar. Causative, like 2 or 4, yeah. When you kill someone, you would say qattala, meaning that you kill that person, yeah. Intensive, yeah, when you kind of like repeat yourself. A reciprocal, when it's 2, then it's like qatala, you know, that means you're killing each other, you're fighting each other, yes. Whereas this one is different. You kill someone. This one, you are fighting each other. Yeah, depends on which family you choose, 2 or 3. Then declarative, when in the form 4. Yeah, let's look at some examples. I've chosen the same root. Okay, so the basic meaning is alima, he knew. Allama, remember, you're causing someone to do something, he taught. Yeah, you're affecting somebody with something. Alama, yeah, he exchanged knowledge. A'lama, he informed or he made known. That's the declarative part. Yeah. And ta'allama, he learned, meaning he himself acquired the knowledge. Reciprocal again here, ta'allama, because of the 6, and usually you have the extra ta. Maybe they do it more often. Yeah. And passive, this is family 7. You know that it is a passive thing. It became known. Family 8, iktalama, yeah, he became aware as well. Yeah, more internalized. We don't use this because this is mostly for colors and defects. Remember, physical defects. That's what we call. We use 7 for. Yeah, and then family 10 is also causative and reflexive. So he inquired, he sought knowledge. Yeah. So an example of family 9 put here about colors, like ihmara, yeah, iswada, yeah, then it turned red, it turned black. Yeah. This is the way it goes. Alhamdulillah. Now, we will probably get cut off soon. We're going to look at what we call muqaddarah, what we saw just now in our I have about another 10 slides to go, yeah, but I think we can finish it in 15 minutes, so you can come back in when we get off, yeah, unless you have something on, yeah, but I hope you can continue joining. So what is the I'rab of the following words? Yeah, what is the I'rab of the following words? Huwa al-qadi, You know, qadi means judge, yeah, the judge. He is the judge. رأيت القاضي. I saw the judge. مررت بالقاضي. Yes, I passed by the judge. Yes, so how would we make Irab for these words? This is, what status is this? Sister Radin? Oh yes, sorry.
So, sister, first one is khabar, so it is marfu. Second one is maf'ul, so it should be mansub, and third one is majroor.
Majroor, okay. Now,
They all look same.
yes, but the Irab is different, yeah?
Yes, yeah.
The Irab is different. Brother Hazim, how would you say this is marfu for this style? This is what we call, what do we call this type of word anyway that ends with a ya? This is what we call isim mankus, because it comes from the word nakis, okay? Mankus, ending with a vowel. So how would I would say this if it is marfu, Brother Hazim? Can you remember? You did it just now, actually.
Muqaddar.
Yes. What is muqaddar?
The sign.
What is the sign for marfu?
Dhamma, sorry.
Yeah, so the dhamma is muqaddar. Yeah, the dhamma is muqaddar. What about this is the finita? How would we say it's mansub? Any problems here?
But this we can see, right?
Yes, we can see. So it
can
would
see.
be.
So it will be mansub al-fatha. Do we still say muqaddara, sister?
No, we don't, because we can see.
No,
it.
we don't say. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
okay,
we can.
so we don't see it. So
Yeah.
remember, here on this slide, I gave a definition for muqaddara. The normal one, you see it as implied or hidden. Okay?
Yes.
But I also like to call it the marker that was meant to be. Yeah, muqaddara is something that was meant to be. Yeah, because that was Allah decreed it to be that way. Yeah, so I like both. I'm more inclined to look at this. Yes, so we know that there should be a dhamma because it's marfu. We know there should this is obviously we can see the fatha. Yes, and here again, the kasra is also muqaddara. Yeah, in this case. So we would write it in this way. Okay. Mankus, as I said, this is what we call isim mankus. There's a definition for mankus. Note that you must have a kasrah. It's not enough to say that it's a isim that ends with a ya. The letter before the ya has to have a kasrah. Then it is mankus. Yeah, if it doesn't have a kasrah, then it's no longer mankus. Yeah, so you need to note that. So here we say it's marfu, and its alamat of rafa is dhamma, and it's muqaddara on the ya. Okay, now this is where it gets confusing a bit. Qadiya, this is zahira, but it doesn't say ala ya, it says ma qabla ya. Ma qabla ya, qabla with a fatha, because this is zarf, and zarfs are mansub. Yeah, ma qabla ya. Why not just ala ya? Yeah, that's my question. Here muqaddara, but on ya. But then you see there is there is a sukun. Why can I put a sukun, and why couldn't I have put a wow, a dhamma, and why couldn't I put a kasrah? Anyone knows?
Because it's heavy, right, sister? It's impossible. The ta'azzur thing, ta'azzur and sikal, I think.
It is sikal, yes. But what do we mean by sikal?
It's heavy, like it's heavy on tongue, right?
Okay, why is it heavy on the tongue?
Because as Ustad Aman say you is like you, like it's heavy. Like
Difficult to pronounce. Yes, difficult to pronounce.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
if originally, if it is an isim fa'il, okay, isim fa'il,
Yes.
we would have spelled this how? Qaf alif, because of fa, il, but the lam, the lam kalimah, as we call it, yeah,
Yeah.
is ya, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and it would have been like qadiyu, yes,
Yeah.
qadiyu. So
So, sister, is it because there is no compatibility between u and ya, like kasra and u, like something like that?
no, the thing is because this is a vowel, okay. So
Yes.
we have ya, we have waw, we have alif. These three letters are actually vowels in the
Vowels.
Arabic language, yeah? Alif, ya, and waw. However, ya and waw can be a root letter, remember? But not alif. Not
Yes.
alif, yeah? Strangely, however, the one that has the sound of qadiya is the one that we can see. The one that has the dhamma and the kasra, it's disappeared. So this is where we need to know what's going on. Yeah. So the sounds of u and e are short, whereas the sound of a is long. You notice if this was not with alif lam, if this was not ma'rifah, but it was nakira, what would have been here? Huwa qa. How would we say? Huwa qa.
Qadiyun.
Not qadiyun. We would say qadin.
Qadin. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
qadin. Yeah, and this would have been qa.
This can take, right, sister? Qadiyan.
Yeah. Yes, qadiyan.
It can take. Yes.
And here bil qa
Qadin.
din
Qadin
again.
again.
Yes. So
Yes.
notice all this while, whenever we have a noun that is mansub and it is also nakira. Hold on. So yes. Yep. So what I would like to leave you all with, is the fact that when we write this without alif lam, when we write this without alif lam, do you notice that we would have an alif? We would have an alif. This alif allows you, this alif allows you to have that fathah. It carries the thing, it carries the thing. So this is why here, when it is marfu' and it is nakira, we've actually dropped the ya. And remember, the term here is actually, if we look at the answer, we said muqaddara ala ya. So there's a dhamma on the ya, but it can't be seen. And when we write it, we put a sukun. But there is a dhamma there that we cannot see. Here is the same case. We have a kasrah, but we can't like have a double kasrah here, right? Not on a vowel. Doesn't seem right, isn't it? But why this is possible is because of that alif that we saw there. That alif made it possible to have the ya. And the ya is maintained, it's not dropped. We will see this next week, inshallah, when we continue. So, alhamdulillah, we will continue on this one, and mamnu min afsaf as well. And inshallah, I hope you prepare the ayah for 78 so that we can do it quickly but thoroughly, so that we will have more time on this. Yes, inshallah.
78 or 79, sister?
78, is it not?
Today we did 78, right?
Oh, so it's 79, is it? Okay, yes.
70.
Alhamdulillah, yes, 79. Yes, on ayah 79. Okay then.
Okay, sister.
Alhamdulillah. Subhanallah wa bihamdik. Nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakillah khair, sister.
Amin wa iyyak.